you. Now listen, if you get in close and I tell you to break, just stop punching and step back clean. Any questions from the challenger or chief second? Any questions from the champion or chief second? All right, let's get it on. Come on.
All right, and with the words of Mills Lane, we're ready. I don't know about you folks, but here at the Hilton Hotel, there is electricity in the crowd. I've got goosebumps. On the line, the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Mike Tyson has trained his whole life for this. His whole life has been for this night. But Trevor wants to prove that he's one of the great champions. Let's see how long his reign lasts. Tyson goes to work right away, and he gets Trevor in trouble, and he's down. He'll have to take the standing 8 count as he steps right up the count to 4 and 5 and 6. Look at this combination, and Berbick ready to go, but he stays on his feet. Another right hand clips it. He can't take shots like this very long. Wow, with a right hand, it's Mike. Mike throwing caution to the wind. Again, he's won. Here comes Tyson again. He knows he can hurt him anytime. Left hook, pitches him without a foot. Trevor's ready to go again. Tyson knows that he can score at will now. He's in total command in this fight right now. We're only in round 2, and the heavyweight champ already reeling is Trevor Berbick. It's just a matter of time before Mike gets the clean shot. Then he goes the body downstairs, catches him with the right hand upstairs. 20 years old, Mike Tyson on his way to becoming one of the youngest heavyweight champions of all time. Bangs the body. Wow, that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Berbick falls back in the rope. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. He's got the heart, but his body won't let him do what his mind wants to. And he's counted out. It will be scored as a knockout. Mills Lane counted him out to 10. It's all over. We've got a brand new heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, who can reign for a long, long time.
The first question we ask is, who am I? The first question we ask, language. Who am I? The makeup of the mind, multiple voices. Voices fighting each other. Words. The makeup of the mind, madness, chaos. Who am I? Heavyweight champion of the world. Voices fighting each other. Madness, madness. The chaos of the brain. My early notions of my life, I could remember being in the hospital. I was always sick. I don't know what was wrong. Maybe it's because of my lungs, because I have a lung problem. That's why all my fights, thank God all my fights didn't have to last long, because I was never able to breathe good. It was my mother and her friends, probably around 8 of them, and my brother and my sister, and they were all around, sitting around the hospital bed. My mother, I believe, was living with my father at the time. It might have been my father. I believe to be my father. I was told it was my father. Something was going wrong. I believe after I was born, times had gotten rough. Her and my father started having altercations, and he left. And I guess the load was too much for her to have to carry, so we moved into a different neighborhood, which was the Brownville section of Brooklyn. If anyone's familiar with that neighborhood, it was just very horrific, very tough, very gruesome kind of place. You know, it was kill to be killed. We would go to school, and these people would pick on us. We would come in the building to go home, and these guys would pull out guns and try to rob us. Well, actually, they did rob us for whatever little quarters and chains we did have. I can remember going to school and being bullied, and people taking my glasses and putting them in the trunk of a milk cart. I've never had any kind of physical altercation with anybody at that particular time in my life. So I couldn't believe a human being would do that. I never dreamed somebody, an absolute stranger, would do that to me. I didn't know why. So, wow. I just ran. I didn't know what happened. I just ran. And I think that's why people like myself become more assertive in life and become more aggressive and become more outgoing in life, because they fear that they don't want that to happen to them no more, and they don't want to be humiliated in that particular fashion anymore. And that's why I believe I'm the person that I am. And people have a misconception that I'm something else, but I'm just afraid of being that way again, of being treated that way again, of being physically humiliated in the streets again. And I just wish I knew how to fight back then. I didn't know how to fight. I did know, but I was afraid to fight. I just was afraid. I was so afraid. But I liked pigeons, so I took a lot of my money that I stole and I bought some pigeons.
And I used to fly pigeons all the time. And then one day, these guys found out where I had my pigeons. And one guy, they were trying to steal my pigeons. I was trying to chase them. I was explaining, no, give me my birds. And one guy said, you want your bird back? And he just took the bird and he popped the neck. And he threw him on the floor. And then I said, that's the first time I ever had a fight. And I won. And once I won that fight, I just thought I could fight. I won. It was an older guy. I won. And I was proud. I won. I was wild and just flaring wild overhand rights like a ballroom brawler, but I beat the guy up. And everybody wanted to be my friend now, so people weren't bothering me as much, and it was able for me to wear my jewelry and my pants and my pretty-looking clothes and stuff without people bothering me. It was around the summer of '76, going into '77. I happened to meet these guys. I went to a roller skating rink. These guys were interesting-looking guys. They were my age, but they dressed like men. They had trench coats. They had they well-dressed. They had the alligator sneakers. They had Pierre Cardin suits. And I was like, these guys were like only 2 years older than me. They were driving mopeds and stuff. Girls, wow. And they were just little kids. I thought they were rich. I said, these guys are wealthy and rich. I never knew these guys were criminals or anything. I'm saying, wow. This is cool. I saw a friend of mine that knew these guys. I said, yo, man, who these guys, man? These guys are fly. These guys are cool. They're what's going on. He said, nah, this is the Run the Road crew. These guys get money. And I said, what you mean? They make money. They're hustling. And I said, really? And then I got to know these guys, and these guys would, they were breaking houses. And I was younger than them, but they were like 13, 14, but I was bigger because I was always fat. I was a fat kid. There were the marijuana and the cocaine spots. It worked like this. We would knock on the door and we would put a $5 bill or a $10 bill or whatever the money or the price of the product was. We would put it through the door and they would give us out drugs. We would send somebody to the door that knew them and they would open the door. The guy would come in. Then we would come in behind them with our guns and we would rob them. I would go and I would go in the pockets because I was the shortest guy and the smallest and the youngest. So I would always go in the pockets of the guys. And some of those, the case, some of my friends that got caught. And some of the people that caught them in the house wasn't so friendly, and some of them got killed. Some of the people, if they catch you in the house, it wasn't going to be a pretty story. Some of them went to jail, some of them got killed, and some of them got beat up badly. And a lot of my friends at that time, right now, a lot of my friends are dead that I grew up with. They're not around anymore. Else they're in jail for the rest of their life. Else they're really strung out on dope somewhere in Brooklyn or Manhattan. Very few of them are still functioning adults right now. But at that stage in my life, it was just exciting. It was like it was never going to end. Me and your world is so vastly different. You could never understand the action and the excitement of it all. I mean, the cunningness, to be able to outsmart somebody was a big thrill. Not just to go out there and beat a guy up and slam on the ground and take his wallet. To outsmart them, to outtime them, to outthink them, even though they know that you're a crook. When you're on the bus or when you're walking in the check cashing place or the grocery store, they know to watch you and you still outsmart them. Like most people would think, well, if she knows me, she's on to me, I'm going to walk away. But just to still watch them, they think they know, and then they make one mistake and you outsmart them and they have their wallet. I got arrested one day. It was a gentleman that lived in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn that I knew him. He had did something to this woman, a prostitute. Had snatched a bag or something, and I was talking to him. But she knew it was him, but she thought I did it because I was with him. And she took her hot chocolate and poured it right in my face. And as soon as she did that, the cop had grabbed me and threw me in the car, and I had all my skin that fell off my face. And I had nothing to do. It's not that I was an angel or anything. I had already had money in my pocket, and so when they went in my pocket and checked my pocket, I had $1,500. I'm 12 years old with $1,500 in my pocket. There was no way I could claim the money, so I went straight to Spofford Juvenile Center. And in Spofford Juvenile Center, I was nervous, I was scared. It was the first time I was ever arrested, and I was 12 years old. So I went there, I saw all my friends that I haven't seen in years. They were here, they were locked up there. And it was like being away from home. It was like a class reunion. The guys I haven't seen in months, and I saw them there, and then I was no longer intimidated. And I started going there on an often basis, probably twice a month, once a month, 3 times a year.